Hi everyone, this is Dhusharima. Welcome to another episode of the fitness series by Curiously Yours. In this episode, I've decided to speak to Mr. Rifat Rahman, who is a friend of mine and a fellow fitness enthusiast. He would be talking about his weight loss journey and what he is doing in order to achieve his ultimate goal towards fitness. So let's jump into the conversation. Thank you for joining the fitness series by Curiously Yours.
Hi, Maisha. It's a pleasure to be here. I was actually from the very start, when you started this thing, I was trying to find my way to come into your episode. And this is how I'm today here.
I made this fitness series in order to sort of reflect on my journey, and I thought I'm already seeing you that, you're also in this process of reaching your fitness goal. So, why not have you, and, you would also get to share your journey with the audiences that would watch the episodes. So I would like to start by asking you that, you started your fitness journey very recently. So what made you change your lifestyle to adapt to a healthy lifestyle and, choose fitness?
So, this is actually one of the most difficult questions for me because just not very long into my fitness journey, like a proper fitness journey, it's been around 6.5 or 7 months or so. But if I look back, the reasons are several. Of course, amongst these several reasons there are few which have moved me to go into the fitness journey today. Primarily, of course, what I figured out when I tried to lose weight and when I watched that my scale is going up, what I figured out is that what am I going to do when I actually grow more older? So am I going to die fat? I wasn't born fat, and I don't want to die fat either. Especially because of the reasons that follows when people gain weight. And that hit me hard, and I realized that this is the time, if not now, because after 30, naturally the bones get weaker, the muscles get weaker, and I don't want to die in that way. I really want to die with what I have longed for. At least I want to die healthy. So that was the primary reason. What I figured out, that I had to identify that the question wasn't about why I do have to lose weight or how do I have to lose weight. It's about what do I need to do to lose weight. So I tried looking for this answer everywhere. And while I tried looking for this answer everywhere by reading up articles, by reading up journals, by seeing fitness videos or motivational videos, everything coupled together to actually push me towards this journey now today. And of course, I have tried to do this several times and I failed. And these are the main reasons among many.
Yeah, that's very inspiring. You want to have a healthy lifestyle, and you want to see the end of your life, a healthy you, not really unfit you. So that's a very good motivation. So what was your progress by far? How much did you weigh before, and what was that ultimate point, that you thought, okay, this is it, this is how much I weigh and I have to lose it?
Right. So speaking of just last lockdown, when the last lockdown was lifted sometime in August, and at that time I was working from home for 5 to 6 months. I wasn't working out. I was just binge eating on Netflix and as well time when I wasn't working. And even when I was working, I was eating as well because I was hungry all the day. So what I figured out after the end of the lockdown, that I weighed around 129 kgs. It's actually a bit more than that. It's 129 point something, but it's 129 kgs. And I thought, baby, that's the ceiling. I've hit my ceiling. I cannot go any further. And if I go any further, I'll just die. I know, of course, keeping in mind that there can be instances when nothing happens to people who actually weighs much more than 129. But 129 was the ceiling for me, actually. 129. Mm-hmm. That is when I realized that I should start working out and I should start moving. And since then, I tried starting my journey, and I failed a couple of times in last year, September and October as well. And I properly started my journey from December last year. Properly as in I just took the gym membership. I used to go once or twice a week, and that is how I slowly stepped towards the fitness journey. And by January and mid-February, I was ready that I would lose proper weight. And since then, as on today, I've lost around 26 kilo. but it's still counting. It's not stopping. As in, I am,
Wow.
even when I'm speaking, I am assuming that I'm losing weight because I'm putting my energy and efficiency into this thing. And hopefully, I see myself achieve my goals very soon. If not in 6 months, if not in 1 year, if not in 2 years, it does not really matter anymore now. Because as long as I'm consistent, as long as I am consistent with what I am doing, and I am keeping on doing the same things which I am following every day, I think I will be on top of my fitness goals very soon. I'm very confident about it. Last year, exactly at this time, I would say that I wasn't confident. But now I can say with very certainty that, of course, no matter what, how long it takes, no matter how long the journey is, it will never be exhaustive, and it will always be fun and enjoyable just to get into my goals.
You ought to be confident because it's been, I think, less than a year and you've come this far. You've, like you said, you've lost around 26 kgs and counting. It's very remarkable. Now you would want to be more consistent because as you're seeing the result, and it does take time. In the beginning it seems like, okay, it's slow, it's tough, but now that you're on the right track and it's working, now there's no point in giving up.
So to be honest, what I actually noticed when I started my journey, I was losing quite a lot of weight in the initial months, as in I was losing around 4 or 5 kgs in the first couple of months, and I was really happy that my scale was moving really fast. But as I kept on studying, as I kept on reading, since I believe, this is my personal opinion, that weight loss isn't about eating less, or weight loss isn't about working out. It's about knowing what exactly you're doing, knowing yourself, knowing your body. So I took my body as an experiment for me. So what I did is I tried, whenever on my leisure I was going through journal articles just to see that what works out and how the muscle hypertrophy works or how the caloric deficit works. And I was experimenting all sort of food on me, and I noticed that I was losing weight really fast for the first couple of months. And although I was happy with it, but then I realized for the next the 2 months following the first 2 months, I was losing weight much more slower. The reason being, of course, you lose the water weight first, and then when you start losing the actual fat, the process gets actually slower and it gets much more difficult. But what I intended, or what I actually maintained, I tried to consistently lose around 2 to 3 kgs, or at max 4 kgs per month. I never crossed this limit. Even if I had the options, I never pushed myself beyond it, because of course I wanted to retain whatever I was losing, because I don't want to gain back. If I am losing weight really drastically, then the chances of gaining it back or getting it back is much more higher. And if I was teaching my body, and if I was teaching my brain that no, this is how you operate, this is how much you should be losing per month, then of course I was seeing that I wasn't retaining the weight. Suppose, for an example, we have just come up from a lockdown, and I could barely work out. But what I did is I maintained my nutrition very properly, and I used resistance bands at home, and I was just doing home workout. I wasn't even going for a walk in the evening. But I noticed that my scale was still going down, and I did not gain a single weight, not even during the Eid, when we had a full-on 1.5 week holiday. The gyms were closed. Of course, the lockdown was on, but I didn't gain a single gram of weight, only because what I still believe is that I was consistent. Of course, I was working out at home, but the main thing I was prioritizing on was my nutrition. That is, I sometimes when I now, as I have I came out of my social media bubble, and now I have an Instagram account where I share my day-to-day stories and day-to-day journeys. It took me long to actually set up the Instagram account. When I was sharing everything on my Instagram journey, and I looked back and I realized that this nutrition has helped me from day one. Now, when I share stories such as I'm having a heavy meal on a day, my friends often ask me that, is that part of your cheat meal, or is this what you're supposed to have when you're working out or when you are on a fitness journey? So my idea of nutrition is totally different. My idea may not be similar to that of the majority, but what I follow simply is I eat whatever I find around. So my nutrition, I take my nutrition from the food around me. So if my mom is cooking something, if my wife is cooking something, If even if I am outside and work and I'm working, if I get something on the food delivery applications, so wherever I get the food, I try to keep track of whatever I'm eating. So at the end of the day, I know that I do not go beyond my caloric limit, and also I do not go beyond my macronutrients. Even if I'm having a slice of cake, which people would say that you can't have it when you're losing weight, but I still manage to fit that cake well within my fitness window, within my nutrition window, and it does not really matter to anymore.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, that's a very good message. The nutrition, it has to be a balanced nutrition as well as working out. Weight loss is a combination of both.
Just to add into that, for me, actually, weight loss is a combination of consistency, this discipline, this hard work, knowledge, diet, and then finally comes my workout. My gym membership is the last thing that works out for me. But of course, whenever I'm working out at the gym for maybe an hour or a couple of hours when I'm not working, that is the time whenever I'm working, I'm just not looking at anything else. I'm not speaking to my friends. I have my headphones on and I just work out properly for 1 hour, and that's it. But for this nutrition, the most difficult part that goes around for the rest of the 14 hours in the day.
You lost weight, it's very visible. Consistency, nutrition, and working out, this all helped you definitely. And knowing yourself, knowing your body type, what suits you and what doesn't. You've experimented with yourself. So if you have to sort of sum up that, what does your day look like for your fitness journey? Nutrition, what are the workouts that you do? If you could just shed some light.
So basically, this is what I do for 6 days a week. On Fridays, I'm sleeping until 10 or 11. I usually start my day at 7, but I'm trying to make it 5. I have been trying it for the last 7 months to join the 5 a.m. club. I'm still struggling because I go to bed late. But after a full-on 7.5 hours sleep at night, I wake up at 7. And after waking up at 7, I try to write everything down on my journal, maybe for my work or maybe what I'm trying to achieve in the day. That I give half an hour for that. By 7:30, I just get a cup of coffee and a boiled egg. That is my pre-workout food or drink that I have. I just enter my gym within 8. I work out for 1 hour or 15 minutes max. I finish my workout usually by 9:15. Sometimes it becomes 9:30. Then since I'm working at a farm, chamber starts at 10:30, and I have my lunch by 2 p.m. It's again a maintained lunch. So if I'm having higher carbs in my lunch, I balance it out. Evening meal. Oh, I actually missed out the breakfast. So for breakfast, it's actually varies. Sometimes I'm usually eating a white bread or a brown bread with a couple of eggs. It depends on how much protein I'm taking in. And of course, after post-workout, I take my protein shake, sometimes with full-fat milk or sometimes without the milk. For lunch, it actually varies. I try to move around between chicken and fish. And also, I'm recently experimenting plant-based protein as well. So I'm having soya, kidney beans, white beans, and other. I'm trying to gather protein from every sources as much as possible because the plant-based sources are actually much higher in carb compared to the protein. So that is why I keep that as an add-on for my meal. So that is not yet my primary source of protein, because my primary source of protein is still the fish or chicken. So it's usually a grilled chicken, grilled without any sort of spices. It's just minimum spices which I need to grill a chicken. And of course, maybe I'm having a tilapia fish, steamed or same pan grilled, and with a bit of with a majority portion of veggies. It's actually the green veggies. There is no limit to how much I have. I don't count it. I don't count the green veggies. I just eat it as much as I need to. These plant-based protein sources are my add-on, so I eat them in the form of vegetables. For snacks in the early evening, I usually have again white. It's only the egg without the yolk, or majority of the day it isn't egg. It's only nuts or a banana or some sort of fruits. And for dinner, it's the same thing. It's an alternate thing of what I have for my lunch. But one thing that I do, this is what my clean day looks like. But if my day isn't clean, I usually pick up the chicken from my mom's curry. I wash it with water and I just have it. Or take the fish from my mom's curry, I just wash it with water and I have it. So I make a special type of, it's not actually me, it's my wife who makes the special type of sauce for me. It's basically made with black pepper and milk and a bit of flour. So I just use that as a topping for the washed curry that I usually have, so that it doesn't taste bad, just tastes bad. So that is when I say that my day isn't clean because I'm having it from the curry. But then again, I know that I'm well within my caloric limit. But as I said about my food journal, what I actually do is like this is bad about me, that I don't maintain my timing because of the nature of work. Of course, you are in the same field, you know how it works. We can't manage to get our food on the same time every day. So keeping that in mind, I sometimes miss my routine because I don't want to put too much burden on me. But no matter, whenever I'm eating, whatever I'm eating within my caloric limit and with a caloric deficit. And that has helped me all throughout so far.
That's amazing. Thank you for the detailed information about your life in the fitness journey. I'm sure the viewers would find it helpful. So that brings me to another question. I'm sure the viewers would also want to know. Personally, if I have to talk about myself, I do intermittent fasting. So that is not much of a trouble. I just have a specific window and I eat during that window, and I eat whatever there is available at home, or I order takeaways. Anything. I have anything. I don't have anything that I don't eat within my window. But the challenge that I face is during the workout. Every day, pushing myself to work out, working out is actually a challenge. That is for me. So I would want to know, what was your challenge in your fitness journey?
That's a very interesting question, actually. For me, workout, yes, of course. Nutrition, yes, of course. I'll come to that in a bit. But for me, the primary struggle has always been me, myself. So I used to restrain myself from losing weight. I used to find my own excuses to miss my workout or miss this nutrition or just hop into this journey. I used to put a barrier, or I used to live in the world of procrastination. So I used to procrastinate a lot. That is, whether will it work out, or whether am I going to lose weight, or whether am I going to fit into the clothes which I see in the shop window now, and I didn't know that whether I'll be able to ever fit into it or not. But this procrastination actually stopped me completely until today, because every day when I used to wake up and I used to stand in front of the mirror, and I used to blame myself that you are to be blamed because you aren't working what needs to be done. So that was my primary struggle, to break myself free from my own created barrier. Once I managed to come out of my own bubble, I saw that life became easier. My struggles became easier. I was challenging myself because, to be very honest, Maisha, now that I haven't lost, according to me, I haven't lost any weight yet, because I'm still so far away from my fitness goal. So what I do is I take one day at a time. So I don't think about the end result, that what is going to happen when I will achieve my fitness result. So thinking about this, the balance between thinking about the end result and one day at a time took me actually long to fit in, took me actually long to get used to, because I used to get frustrated just thinking about, come on, why am I not losing weight? Why is the progress so slow? But when I started thinking about one day at a time, that is, oh wow, I have lost maybe 20 grams or maybe 100 grams or 500 grams. That is my achievement. I would celebrate the whole day, and I'll just go to the gym and just break everything because I have lost 500 grams today. I fought my procrastination with one day at a time rule. So that is what I strongly maintain. What I did simultaneously alongside is dealing with these mental pains that I used to have along with this procrastination. So then I thought that what will happen on that day when I will have no pain. These things worked actually very strongly to break my struggles, because I don't want to see my end result as of yet. I want to achieve it. Alongside this, my main struggle is actually the nutrition, just to be on top of my nutrition. Gaining weight is very easy. You can just eat junks all day long, in just the street side junks, and gain weight. But when it comes to losing weight, you would want to watch out the food that you're having. And when you would want to watch out the food that you're having, you need to read the nutrition of those food that are available in the upstreet markets. And of course, these are expensive. So maintaining my nutrition every day has been my struggle. But for that, what I'm doing is I'm learning. I'm studying every single day. Every single day, something at a time. These struggles has been always like that. And the final thing that I want to highlight is the fear of failure. Now, every one of us has that. So the biggest fear that we have in us is that what if I fail? What if it doesn't work out? You won't learn until you fail a couple of 100 times. So you will have to fail several times. You will have to learn from your mistake. And once you have learned from your mistake, only then you will know that what do you need to do differently to do things better. So I have failed several times in my life. I have tried working out several times. I have spent so much money casually just buying out gym memberships and not showing up in the gym the next day because my whole body used to hurt. I have broken through out of it. So Alhamdulillah, so far, these were the struggles which I'm fighting every day. But I am a better version of what I was just exactly yesterday.
So yeah, thank you for all this information. Now that brings me to my last question to you, that what is your ultimate goal in this fitness journey?
Right. Before the very last question, Maisha, I want to share this with you. I have never shared this with anyone in my life, not even my wife or no one. And I really wanted to say this in front of everyone when I would lose a bit of weight. Today I have lost only a bit of weight according to me. I'll highlight that again. So there were instances where when all fat people go through bullies. I'm pretty sure my friends, my whoever are in this journey or whoever are a bit healthy than what they should have actually been like, everyone goes through a bit of bullying. So there were several instances for me too. And I just like to share two of them. So when I was pretty young, and when I was young, I was out with my father, and I was called Lamb of God. It's actually in Bangla what's called a Khodar Kashi by a random group of girls. And my father turned around and asked me that, did they say that to you? I'm like, no, not to me, probably someone else. And I realized at that time it was directed towards me. And I started working out. I failed after that instance. There was another situation was when I was working at a food shop in the UK as a part-time job during my studies, and I was standing with my back facing the entrance of the shop, and a guy came in and ordered a food, and he was calling me auntie. And I don't know why, maybe because of my shape or whatever be it, that actually happened to me. And I then again, at that very instant, the next day I took a gym membership and I failed because I was working out, or my motivation was to prove them wrong. And I failed because I was trying to lose weight for someone else, not for myself. Now that I am on this journey, I am trying to lose weight for myself, not for anyone else at all. If I want to get fit, it's for myself. If I want to be on this journey, it's for myself. So finding the right motivation, it may take a day for you, it may take a month for you, it may take years for you, it may take forever. But the very day when you have this motivation and belief in yourself, nothing can stop you, because you have to love your body. No matter, you might be suffering from malnutrition, you might be the fattest person on earth, you might be the fittest person on earth. Whatever you are on, you have to love your body. You cannot just be in front of the mirror and blame yourself. I used to do that, as I said a while back, but I fell in love with my body, and I'm doing whatever I can do just to make it perfect, not for anyone else, but for myself. So for the listeners, and of course for the followers of Curiously Yours, of course, the last few things that I would want to add is that weight loss isn't about proving others wrong. It's about winning in front of your own eyes, proving your own self wrong, and raising your self-esteem very high in front of yourself, that you would say to yourself that, no, I had said that I can't do it, but I actually can. You should always be proud of the fact that whatever you are today, no matter wherever you stand today, you can choose to be fat and still be healthy, as long as you have the best of your mental conditions, as long as you love your body. So keep believing in yourself. If you're on this journey, just like me, maybe I will achieve several days later with what I have today, but just be consistent, because perfection is not key, consistency is. As long as you're consistent, perfection will follow, results will follow. Just be consistent about it. Push your limits, push all the barriers, just push all the barriers that you may face in your life. And once you have broken through from all these, you will see that you will get whatever you have always longed for. I may not be a nutritionist coach, or I may not be a trainer, or I may not be a certified person who can train people, but I'm a person who's experimenting with my body and I'm learning it myself. I have great friends, of course, Maisha, you're one of them, who motivates me always. And I have a social media account where my friends just motivates me 24/7. The same people who used to, not the same people, the people who sometimes used to bully me now actually comes to me and knocks me and says that, what can I do differently to lose weight? But this entire process and feeling is amazing. Standing in front of the mirror every day, seeing yourself changing every day, you will eventually be at the top of yourself when you hop into this journey. So I would say that, of course, don't just start yet, don't just commit yet until you find the right motivation for you, the right reason for you to lose weight and to be on top of yourself. Thank you, Maisha.
I mean, you have given a few beautiful messages. The audiences will be motivated, by your message. And I would definitely take away this, that you should be fit and adapt to a healthy lifestyle for yourself, not for anyone else. That has to be, your primary intention, that I'm doing it for myself. I could relate to some of your stories as well. I have also faced a few, when I gained weight, and I've also had a few people in social occasions, they would say, okay, you've gained weight, you've become fat, etc. Of course, that used to make me sad. But then again, that didn't help me to lose weight. What helped was me and, my ultimate intention. I was also reflecting back on my life, that what do I want to do with my life, and where do I want to see myself? And yeah, of course, I also have to say to the audience that I follow your Instagram blog that you're doing recently, and it's very, very inspiring, to see your journey, your everyday journey that you post. So it's inspiring for me, and I am sure that it inspires a lot of people that follow you. And thank you so much for your time. It was a fun conversation. Hope to meet you soon in person.
Inshallah, a much more better and fitter version of myself very soon, inshallah.
We will definitely reach our ultimate goals.
Inshallah, we both. Thank you, Maisha. It's an honor. It's an honor to be on your episode today.
Thank you so much. Bye.